can we talk a little bit about like why people work out now and why it doesn't work for them?
Yes, that is a big question because for me, I'm trying to root it back in history. And for me, it goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden. And when Adam and Eve were walking together, they would walk together with the Lord in the garden every day. And then one day, God said, "Where are you?" They weren't there. They didn't show up for their walk with him. They were hiding because there was shame. And I think that's still the case today.
Yeah.
And we associate exercise with shame. I know I'm already going in really deep, but that's
Yeah, no, I think everyone's nodding their heads
okay.
in agreement for sure.
But I mean, if we really want to get down to the root of it,
Yeah.
a lot of exercise is kind of a dirty word, and it feels like, ugh, like that's a chore. I have to exercise, but it's because exercise is something that we have to do in our modern day and age, and it's a pretty new development with the advent of technology and internet and a lot of sedentary jobs. I know so many health and wellness experts who make their living off of the digital mediums and still have to find a way to keep their body moving and not have like this tech neck. And so everyone is now considered an athlete. If you exercise outside of your job, then you're considered an athlete. And I think everyone has to, because our body is made to move. And if we don't move, then literally our brain shrinks. It's really kind of a scary thing, but it's also an amazing thing because the way that our brain works is it's made to move our body so that we can like trace back to like how we find food and like how we're made to move towards what nourishes us and then also move away from what threatens us. And so now I think exercise is like, oh, it feels like something that threatens us. And so we kind of want to avoid it because it hurts and our body wants to protect us from pain. So we have this like avoidance mentality, but then also we're like, but I think it's good for me, so I should do it. I don't want to do it. Because we have this, idea of exercise as being what we see. And a lot of times what people post is glamorous and what people do in the background is not glamorous, like walking. You don't really see people posting lots of like videos and pictures of them walking around the neighborhood, but really that is the like simplest, easiest, most primal, nourishing movement, kind of like drinking water. It's not like, well, let me give you this meal plan. You need to drink a lot of water,
Right.
we just don't talk about it. And it's a very humbling thing, but it's also the way that the Lord, like, there's a lot of walking in the Bible. There's not a whole lot of running unless there's like carrying messages or we will run and not grow weary. That's like in a heavenly sense. So I feel like that's a lot to your question, but I think that's the mentality of what we have around exercise now. And so to be able to put together exercise with our daily life is the challenge, and also to be able to enjoy it with the Lord and make it into worship again, because that's what we're designed to do.
Yeah. And I totally feel like I see this with the food stuff. Granted, our flesh is responsible for enough, and we don't want to be like the enemy always, because sometimes it's our own stuff. But you feel like, wow, the enemy would totally want us to be all or nothing and not exercise, because then we're not going to be equipped to go out and live in a healthy way. So we paint this picture of what it should be like, and we don't get there, and then we feel like a loser, and then we don't go at all, and we think a walk is lame, and all these kind of things I said to myself in the past. I would go for a walk and be like, well, I didn't exercise. I didn't give it the credit that really it's all about moving and giving myself more energy so that I can serve God a little bit better.